going to learn how you cook for firemen here on the fajitas.
Okay.
Now, is this something y'all do regularly?
This is something we actually do pretty regularly. We actually cook our own breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
Show me how to do it. Show me what kind of meat do you have
What
here?
I've got is I've got some marinated skirt steak. I went ahead and kind of pulled the membrane off, trimmed it down a little bit.
Yep.
And it's been marinated in a little pepper sauce with some salt and cumin and a little lime juice.
For how long?
Oh, not more than about an hour or so.
Are you trying to season it or break it down? Throw it on the fire there.
Well,
Are you trying to season it or tenderize it or both?
as you know, this is not the most tender cut of meat.
Yep.
So what that season's going to do is going to kind of help to break down that muscle tissue a little bit.
Yep.
And makes it a little easier to eat and give it some good flavor, but you don't want to overpower it.
So how far do you want to cook this?
This, man, honestly, what do you think? This should only take us about 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're just trying to sear it. It's thin.
Very
you're
thin
trying
cut.
to get it cooked through, but the longer you cook a really tough piece of meat like this, it's just going to seize up and get tougher on you.
Okay. Now, what do you have going on over here?
Doctor, I'm going to use your.
Yes.
I'm going to use your. Or is this the grill? What do we call this?
This is a grill pan right here.
We're using the grill pan, and we're going to saute the vegetables that go with these great fajitas.
Okay.
And because they're fajitas, we always use a couple of different kinds of bell peppers.
All right.
And some red onion.
Excellent.
And the trick to this is a hot pan like this is, and that's why I love these things, because that thick metal just gets it searing hot.
Okay.
Trade me out here.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've done a little fajita seasoning, salt, pepper, cumin, chili powder, and just lightly season that. And if you notice, I'm not doing a lot of flip on that. I want them to start searing and developing some caramelization and color.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and check this.
Here, watch this. Don't look. I know you've done already seasoned. I can't stand it.
Just, I understand. Let that go just a...
All right, so I'm going to let these get a good sear, and then I'm going to start flipping and getting a little bit of color on it.
Okay. I think it's about time for me to go ahead and flip that meat. It's starting to kind of draw up a little bit.
All right, as those are finishing, I'm going to go right behind you here and grab some of these tortillas. And I just want to give those a little heat through on both sides.
Sure.
The other good thing about this grill is I usually build a hot side and then a cooler side, so everything in just searing.
Sure.
And that's what we've done here. You're cooking over that hot fire because that's how you want to do that fajita meat.
Okay. Now, as you mentioned earlier, most people let their fires get a little too cold at times.
Yeah.
That's one of the nice things about these pits. If I need just a little more heat where I'm cooking and grilling, I can just swivel it open and I can just kind of...
And then adjust the flame.
Just turn up my heat just like you would at the house.
See, that is perfect. I've had a pit similar to this, but you couldn't do that. You'd have to take all the food off to get back to your fire.
Now, this makes it real simple and easy.
Tortillas are almost there. What else do we have? We have a little guacamole.
We got a little guacamole, a little pico, and a little jack cheese.
All right, pronounce that again. How do you say that?
Avocado.
Avocado.
Now, you know, people do some real wild things with pico and guacamole. What do you prefer? Just basic, simple?
I'm from the school of straightforward, simple. If I'm doing some pork dishes, sometimes I may put a little pineapple or fruit in it.
A little more citrus in it?
A little more citrus,
sure.
But I don't go much further than that. My guacamole, I like it pretty straightforward.
Okay, so for the guys at home, just some basic avocado, salt, pepper.
Well, I think of it as avocado with pico de gallo and a good squeeze of lime, and pico de gallo being tomato, onion, a little jalapeno, cilantro. That's it.
So you could really kill two birds with one stone. You make a little pico, find a fresh
That's
avocado.
what we do. In the restaurant world, that's how we do it, is we chop up our avocado, add pico and lime to it.
Okay.
And we always have pico for being on the side. That's
Makes
how
like
you do
an easy
it.
deal. Looks to me like this skirt is just about done.
Well, if you put it over here,
I'm
I
going to
will
put it on this
dice
cutting
it
board.
up.
Now, with the muscle tissue being so long, what's the best way to try to cut this?
I've always treated this like brisket in that you're cutting it across the grain.
Okay.
And if you notice there, the grain is running like this. So I'm going to give it a cut, and it just makes it easier when you're building fajitas with this to chew it up.
Okay.
How about you? Yes, doctor.
Same way.
That's how you do it?
Yes, sir.
And then in strips. And you can see it through there that you're cutting across the grain, and it just makes it a lot easier to eat. Throw me a few tortillas on here.
Sure.
And we will actually build us some of these fajitas. Ah.
Oh, that smells great.
I really like your seasoning on that marinade. So we've got some of that great flank steak. I'm going to put a little bit of pico on each of those.
Okay.
A little bit of queso. And then a good dollop of your chunky guacamole.
All righty. Throw little vegetables on the side.
Oh, I forgot my veg. No. Come right in here. Put some right in there with it.
All right.
I totally forgot my veg.
A little on the top right there.
He's more than just a pretty face. He kept me going here. All right. Now that, my friend, is a fajita. That looks
Super
wonderful.
easy.
That was quick and easy.
That was. I mean, we've been doing this all for about 5 or 6 minutes, and it's
And
done.
the thing about it, you can do everything on one grill with your grill pan.
Well, it's 10 in the morning. What are we going to
It's
drink
10 in
with
the
them?
morning. I would do iced tea, or I would do a big lemonade.
Okay. Okay.
Lemonade, or if we were on vacation. And vacation is if you're 30 miles away from where you lay your head at night.
Oh, okay.
It's considered vacation. You have a margarita or a beer.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Even if it's 10 in the morning.
Now, you know, we do this last night for a party. We've got some extra fajita meat left over.
Yeah.
Give us some good ideas of what we can do with that leftover grilled fajita meat the next morning.
The next morning, I would chop that up and make eggs with it, scrambled eggs.
Excellent.
And it's a very traditional Mexican dish, is scrambled eggs, and a lot with meat in it. And a lot of times they'll use more of the of a dry meat in it. But I love it with fajita meat. It's perfect. Oh, no.
Now, you have your restaurant over on the kind of short west side of Fort Worth over off White Settlement.
Correct.
Okay.
We've got across from TCU the old John's Hamburgers, which is now Dutch's, and then Lambert's on White Settlement.
All right.
Over kind of by that 7th Street Montgomery Plaza area.
Okay. Okay. Now, all right, guys, to find out more about our products or anything cooked here today, you can visit us online at www.circlejfab.com.